Welcome to the video. Here's the thing. Lots of people are not aware of the power of the hypnosis. Well, I want you to actually think about it right now. You open your fucking iPhone, stay 30 minutes and 40 minutes, scrolling down or listening to podcasts and whatever. And then I guarantee that after the certain period of time or certain videos, you're hypnotizing yourself with all these things that you've seen and all the things that you hear. And the reason why it's specifically designed to hypnotize you is because, when the old hypnosis thing is, always like, I only have this, but, like this typical hypnosis is like this, like, you're going to be sleepy. But what's happening is exactly the same. Like, if you actually look at yourself, you're completely relaxed and a completely zero movement physiologically. You're not moving at all. You're just scrolling. The only finger is moving, right? It's this minimum movement. It's the same thing. You're so focused on this movement and you're basically almost in the same state, which is called trance. And what happens is you're hypnotizing yourself. Same thing, TV and then your boss and everyone around you has some certain level of access to your subconscious mind to tell you what to do, tell you who you are, tell you you're good or bad, tell you can't do this or you can do it. Everything is a hypnosis. And of course, same applies to your own voice and own thoughts. That if you're constantly telling yourself like, I'm stuck, I'm lost, I can't do this, and I'm bad, I'm ugly, and all that kind of bullshit that is happening, it's almost like a fucking noise banging on your door, constantly 24/7, and that is called self-hypnosis. And the most important thing in hypnosis is that you are in a relaxed state. You can't just like move around and like running around. You're just sitting or laying down, and there's a minimum movement, and just your full attention is the voice of the hypnotist, or you're listening or you're watching some sort of movement as you go into the trance. So imagine that you're doing all of this all of the time, that people talking bullshit, people speaking like negatively, attacking people. Some people are just like really aggressive in a video, right? And imagine that you're downloading into your subconscious mind, and also your own thoughts are negative. There's whole fucking chaos in your head, and you're hypnotizing yourself 24/7, literally 24/7. And the people who loves watching TV and the news, which is our parents' generation, is probably the biggest TV generation. Our generation, and I think the younger generations are more like YouTube and TikTok generation. But either way, all this negative shit is literally hypnotizing you to feel negative. It's designed psychologically. It's government level of hypnosis. So that everything that includes words, includes visual aspect to make you understand and then change the emotional state or thought process is hypnosis. Because the most important thing in because what's happening in hypnosis actually is that they're not sleeping, they're highly aware, their full attention is the voice of the hypnotist. That's why when they're in a trance, it's a deep state of consciousness, they're suggestible. What does it mean, suggestible? Suggestible means they are very open and willing to change the belief. So that's why you look at all these like people who's hypnotized and then like be a dog or do some like crazy shit or become like quit smoking or become more confident or become more successful, which exactly what I do using meditation and using self-hypnosis. But the reason why they become like that is because they go into this trance and then become so suggestible. So it's easy for you as a hypnotist to suggest whatever the belief that they want to imprint. And again, it's the same thing. You're becoming almost like a trance, looking at the screen, minimum movement, so relaxed, completely full attention, all this bullshit. And then if you're only listening to a great podcast like, about spirituality and wealth and success, and of course you're receiving good stuff, that you are hypnotizing yourself with some sort of like positive messages and etc. But yeah, let's face it, everything is not like that. And then sometime you open like explore page everyone's explore page is different, right? Everyone's, like, my explore page is different than yours. Why? Because they understand how to hypnotize ourselves, which means how we can bring us to this certain level of state. So like you open it, I've been wanting to learn in Muay Thai and kickboxing, so like it shows up. So like I was watching it, right? So that means that now visually they're ready to hypnotize me. So I want to circle back to the self-hypnosis, because constantly we are self-hypnotizing. We are hypnotizing ourselves all the time, right? And especially when we experience something negative, then we are like determine and identify the experience. And then our internal state also changes, our emotional state changes, our thought process changes. If you make a mistake, right? And then you go like, oh, I made a mistake. I'm not talented. I can't do it. Let me tell you something. I practiced so many times before I go on a TEDx stage. I did a whole speech in TEDx, and I did rehearsal. I actually did one more than other speakers because I wanted to make sure that I'm, aiming perfect. But I made a mistake. Well, I was very calm though. I was very calm and I fixed it very smoothly. But the thing is, even if you practice so many times, you make a mistake. But I never told myself that I'm not good enough, or it never told me that I made mistakes so that I am a loser, I'm a failure, I made a huge mistake on a huge opportunity in my life. I never hypnotize myself like that because I know the power of it. And of course, if you're not practicing anything, if you're not doing the work, and then you're always making mistakes, that's just dumb, isn't it? Because you're not doing anything and then you're expecting yourself to be better at something without practice. No, there's no athlete can achieve such a thing without practicing. There's no professional in anything like sushi chef or even just the normal cooking in your house. If you're not practicing, if you're not trying to cook better, then of course you make mistakes. And that's inevitable because your brain is not capable to do such a thing in the first place. But if you've done a lot of practices and you dedicate your life to a certain degree, maybe your business, but you feel the ceiling, like you're working on your art, your music, or maybe you're becoming content creator, you make good money, $5,000, $10,000, you have the good income, but you feel that ceiling. Maybe you're working, because I work with a lot of people. Because I work with a lot of people who's, making good money, materialistic success. But there's a ceiling, like I don't feel passion. Like I feel like as a personal level, there's no spiritual alignment. I lost my passion and a purpose. It's just every day, wake up, work, and that's all I have. And there's no happiness, there's no joy, there's no peace, there's no excitement, there's no self-love, there's no confidence. It's just like a fucking machine. But there's a spiritual alignment, there's a passion, there's a purposeful way of living. So I worked with a lot of lawyers and people who works in the government, the public speakers and entrepreneurs and content creators, and then people who's got like really good career from the outside, but there is no fulfillment inside. There is something missing piece inside, and because you cannot buy these missing piece with the money, right? You can't buy peace, you can't buy a confidence, you can't buy nothing like that. So because if you are miserable inside and are living in an amazing house, you're still miserable. The house is amazing, car is amazing, but you're still miserable. Even if you make a good money, like $5,000, $6,000, or even $10,000, even more, it's really the internal dialogue that is projecting certain level of reality. Reality is an extension of your internal world. The external factors are just extension, right? So it can get attached, or it can be extended as a reality, as an external factors. So everything internal determines a certain level of external factors. And the funny enough, because to prove it, the experience self cannot determine your internal state, right? Like for example, if you really practice meditation, if you really practice all this discipline, then of course somebody told you like fuck you and you're bullshit, you're ugly and this piece of shit and XYZ, then you don't feel anything. You can actually protect your emotional state from it. But obviously if you are always in this affected by whatever happening outside of the world, then your internal state, your internal world is created by the external factor. It can be absolutely random, it can be absolutely random person shows up and then tell you like you're fucking ugly or whatever, and then oh fuck, I'm sad because I believe I'm ugly. Everything in hypnosis, it can be as random as this, can be hypnosis, because you bring that into your very, very deep internal state. right? Somebody told you you're ugly, and then you're like, oh, fuck you, XYZ, and you're like, fuck, I'm so mad, I'm pissed. And then you sit, and you start thinking about it. Like, am I really ugly? Well, I mean, I don't like my nose. Well, I mean, I'm not good looking, and maybe I'm ugly, but I fucked that guy. So now you're hypnotizing yourself, like I said, minimal movement, very full focused on that thought. And why you're hypnotizing yourself to become uglier? Because of the random guy. So that can be as random as this, but we are constantly hypnotizing ourselves by telling ourselves certain things in a certain, like, fully focused minimum movement state of being. And that can literally fuck your entire reality, because you're the creator of reality. You shouldn't be created by those random things, right? Like, you should be the creator, because that's the definition of a creator. So I'm going to give you one single practice, which is only 5 minutes, to reprogram your mind, eliminate all this bullshit in your mind, and really start to hypnotize yourself, self-hypnotize yourself to become more confident, so that you can reach more goals, you can expand your business, you can try something new, or you can start the business. Because a lot of people I've recently talked with, a lot of people, working hard at 9 to 5 and whatever the job is, self-employed, but there's a passion, right? But it's always very scary thing to step forward, because maybe some people will judge you. It's the same thing when I started the social media and I was in the fashion industry. So I was afraid to be judged, and I was afraid, am I going to make money? Am I really going to make money? Is it possible for me? Is it possible for me to run this business? I don't know shit about business. Like, everyone is going through this phase, transition, transformation is a scary thing, because we don't know what's going to happen. But imagine that you're so confident within yourself. Imagine you're so certain. Imagine you're so grounded with this idea that floating. But then you look at the moon and, yeah, I can reach that. Imagine that grounded confidence that is just rooted within the fucking earth. And you feel so unshakable. And you feel so certain. You feel so peace. But you're like, yeah, I can reach that. Let's get it. And that, my friend, you can actually evoke and produce that energy and in this chemical in your body by hypnotizing yourself. And that is why the last 7 years I've been meditating, but majority, almost 5 years, and 5 years of my meditation experience was based on hypnotic meditation. If you go to the YouTube, then you can find, well, you're on the YouTube right now. If you go to my channel and then you find a lot of meditation, right? And then those audio meditation, not the one that 5 minutes or just beginner, it's just, mindfulness, but the ones that has like 10-15 minutes, those are very hypnotic meditation. And you have the identity shifting, personality shifting meditation, that tapping into the better future version of yourself, and that's the meditation that I have. And then you can also utilize the other meditation, which is that I use this really designing your emotional and thought process, like reprogram your mind. So if you want to reprogram your mind, then that's the meditation you want to utilize. So now I'm going to give you a really quick practice to hypnotize yourself. So the first thing, you have to go into the trance. You want to go into the deepest state. It's called induction. So what I'm going to teach you is that I want you to just sit, and I want you to hold tight like this, like completely rocked, and then you cross it, you rock, and then you press together like really strongly, and then you focus on this energy within this fist. And now, if you put so much intention and attention and focus, now I want you to pull these two together, all right, and pull it apart as much as you can. And now imagine that it's getting closer and closer and closer, and you cannot resist. The more you resist, the more you persist. And now it's completely glued, and now it's just getting harder and harder. Almost like the wire is holding it tight. There's a wire and it's completely glued. The two fingers are completely stuck And now, just let go of the tension. Just let go of the tension. Put this on your thigh or your table. Just close your eyes. Close your eyes. And now, I want you to just be completely relaxed. There's no tension in your face. There's no tension in your arms. There's no tension in nothing. Your mind is relaxed. Your body is relaxed. And now, I want you to feel this energy is coming through your head to the earth, to the ground. From the sky, the God, universe, the energy is coming down on you, going through from your head. And visualize and give it a color. What kind of color is this energy? The beam of energy. And imagine that you can pull this confidence, the certainty, peace, self-love through this beam of light, beam of energy. Imagine this energy is coming down on you and it's pouring the confidence, pouring self-love, and pouring the certainty and peace in your mind. And you feel so relaxed and you feel so empowered. Feel this empowerment within you. And then you're getting more confident, you're feeling better and better every breath you take. Every breath you take, you feel more peace and relaxed, but so empowered. And you feel so empowered. And every cell of your body is empowered and expanded. And then your entire body now shines the same color as this energy. And then you feel so confident and so loved within, and joy and peace, and certain about your future and about yourself. And then you becoming the best version of yourself. You feel so good. You feel so good that you cannot stop smiling. You just cannot stop smiling. You just feel good. Better and better every breath you take. Every breath you take, you feel more confident. You feel so more certain. You feel like your future is absolutely bright. And every breath you take, you cannot stop smiling. You just feel so good. And now I'm going to count to 5, and then you're going to get out from hypnosis and wide awake and feel so good. 1, 2, you feel better and better, and every number you hear, and then you feel so good and confident, and you cannot just stop smiling. 3, 4, and now you're so ready to wake up. You feel really good, confident, absolutely amazing. And 5, wide awake, feeling so good, ready to dominate, conquer, explore your life. You're just being a channel. So imagine that you're being channeled and pulling down on the confidence. Imagine you can use the confidence of God, God-like confidence. You can imagine this beauty, God divine beauty, pulling. And then feel that. Simply hypnotize yourself like that by saying those words that I used. You can come back to the video and basically use my voice I just did. Or you can use my meditation audio, or if you want to really go farther on your business, become more successful, achieve more with peace, almost like a monk in a war zone. Be so certain, be so confident about the unknown. When you're exploring a forest in a different country in the middle of nowhere, you feel so confident, you feel so certain, I'm going this way. If you want to feel that way, and if you really want to reprogram your mind and have the mind of Zen, and also the grounded confidence, be able to tap into this higher level of yourself and achieve more and manifest more, then apply from the link down below, and I hope to see you in my coaching. Alright, peace. Live your life like a movie.